Hello, hello.
Hello.
What's going on, everybody?
Was good.
How are the DAOs going?
Me?
Yeah,
I did 70 today. Not that many.
70?
So I pitched into coaching as well.
Oh my god, bro. 70. It was vacation day or what?
Working part-time?
You could say
Yeah,
that.
he's working, doing a side gig over there.
Yeah, man.
Jeff, how many did you do?
Is it a gig economy?
Ryan.
It's all good,
It's
man.
actually
Where's the
the
ball-
Queen.
Where's
the
the bust
Queen's
of your balls?
anniversary today.
Where's the bust of your
so
balls, man? It's all good.
I mean, the Queen's
Bro, Division
Special day.
11 fucking raining sales today.
Yeah, it was pretty packed.
Bro, that's crazy.
That's the only division dialing, so it's pretty simple math.
Office hours is where it's at.
Straight up.
Yeah. Who'd have thought working would have led to more sales? It's absolutely fucking mind blowing.
Insane.
They said it couldn't be done.
And here we are.
Here we are.
Here we
We
are.
started at the bottom, now we're here. All right, guys, let's get into it. Let's go through some Q&A. The answer is work more. Hey, we can finish through a meeting. All right. Ryan, I'm just gonna make you the co-host real quick so people can
Sure.
be let in.
Absolutely. And then, guys, raise your hands with a little emoji. That way I can call on you guys in order. But yeah, absolutely, Matt. I'll take care of everything.
All right, let's go through. Who's first? Leon, I know you got questions. I can see in your face, buddy.
Okay, how do you handle the money objection? Like, say if I pitch the
I do it
price.
very well. Generally.
Okay.
Very carefully.
Yeah.
So yeah, like how do you do that, Matt?
How do you think you do it?
So do you? I don't know. Like, the thing is, do we have payment plans with this? Like, we don't, right? On outbound, we don't,
No.
right?
No, so but
There
you
has to
have
be a
different
PIF.
packages. So you
Yeah.
but you can, well, there are packages for the coaching, right?
Mhm.
But you can start off with a more intense package and then you can drop packages,
Yeah.
right? So like
Okay.
that's how you do it. But it's the same process. So run me through it. Like let's go through that.
Roleplay or just the process?
Just talk me through it.
So the first thing you want to do is make sure that they actually think it can help them achieve that goal, right? So you retie them, right?
Okay.
And then after that, it's like you ask them if they would do it with the money aside, so you get the buy-in back, right?
Okay.
And then from there, I think you go into like a logistical thing first. So you'd walk them down, and then after that is like their reframes. I'm not entirely sure though.
Okay. You should definitely try and sort of study that process a bit more, because if you don't know the process, like the words are sort of not really gonna, they're not gonna come to you, right? First thing is you get rid of the objection. So
Okay.
money aside, do you feel like this is the answer for you? Yes. Get clarification, try and, why, right?
Yeah. Reconfirm it.
Right. Then from there, get some more detail. What is it specifically that you feel like will be the most amount of help? Right. So just get more detail, because that solidifies the point more. They say, oh, X, Y, and Z. You go, okay, what are some ways that we can come up with the funds to get X, Y, and Z?
Okay.
Because they said that's the thing that they need, right? Then from there, they can explore options. So like now you're on the same side of the table. That's where you can go to payment plans, or you can go to dropping packages. You can go to credit card. You know, have you considered a credit card? Because they might go, oh, because I got a credit card, this and this and this, right? So that's kind of where you explore, and then you come up with a financial option that works for them. And the
Okay.
whole point is that you get, yes, that works. You get a confirmation, yes, that works within the budget. Okay, how do you want to proceed from here? Then they can go into a partner objection. They could go into a think about it. They could go into whatever, but you've got the money out the way.
Okay.
Now, if they give you another objection, doesn't mean it's some sort of fear-based. No one's scared to buy supplements.
Yeah.
There's no fear objections. Like, just get rid of it out of your head. That's just a
Okay.
coping mechanism for fucking bad sales reps. Like, there are like fear of success and all that kind of stuff. Like, but if you think like it's far less often than what you might think. It's like 5-10% of the time. Also, these
Mhm.
people have just bought shit. So like, what are they scared of? You know?
And would that be like the think about it in partner? Would that be a smoke screen?
No, what if
Or
they have
what?
to? What if they have to ask their partner? Like, it's
Or
just
the-
it's a
oh
partner
yeah,
objection.
yeah. Okay, okay.
It is a
Alright, cool.
partner objection, and then it's up to you to go down the rabbit hole and see whether or not, like, they're not lying to you. It's just what they feel at the time.
Yeah, I
You
get
know?
it.
So don't look for smoke screens and fear objections. Don't look for that stuff. Just treat it as what it is.
Mhm.
You know, otherwise, like, you're gonna end up like all these reps that think that everyone who doesn't buy has a bad mindset,
Yeah.
and that's just like, it's just, you know, coping mechanisms for shitty sales reps. Right? It's just a bad value proposition. If people are like, if they don't want to buy it because they don't want to spend the money, it's like you just didn't do a very good job selling it. You know?
Yeah, that makes
Makes
sense.
sense? Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty, let's go. Next question. Who's up? There's a quiet today.
Yeah, quiet punch. Alex.
All right, Alex.
Yeah, thanks. All right. I am struggling with knowing when to cut a call off. Like, the idea being that perhaps this is just not going to happen and I should let them go. And so I've been doing this a lot today, where I just try to wrap it up quickly if I get an objection right at the beginning. I want to know if that's a mistake or not, because sometimes these people will keep talking and want to keep talking, but they won't want to talk about the sale anymore. They've expressed from the very beginning they don't want to buy, and my inclination is to get to the next person. So I just wanted to hear what your thoughts on that.
I would want to see like how often is that happening, because if it's happening like a vast majority of the time, it's something you're doing is causing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. No, and that's what I'm wondering about. If I had to give you a percentage, this is just off the cuff, I'm going to look through my data today, but maybe 30 to 40% of the time on the call. So it might be me, and I'm just not sure what that's about either.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's do a role play and see how you sound.
Okay. Yeah.
Jeff, can you be the prospect? Jeff's run away because he's French. I'm on a sales call. Like the excuse. All right, Ryan, can you be my prospect?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hey, Ryan.
Yes.
Hi, Ryan. This is Alex, one of your coaches here with Native Path on a recorded line. How are you?
Oh, not bad, not terrible.
Good, good. I just wanted to touch base with you and get a few things confirmed on my side. It looks like we're sending everything out to 123 Fifth Street. Is that right?
Yeah, yep, that's my house.
Okay, very good. And as far as you coming on board here, I'm looking at your information. I know we're
Mhm.
working on improving overall health and
Mhm,
losing some weight.
mhm.
What brought you on in the first place with us?
Well, hell's bells, where'd I even begin, man? I mean, like, so essentially, I'm like 285 pounds. I'm a very proud 5'11". And yeah, the weight's been creeping on for quite a while, right? Because I'm 32 years old, and I'm not back at my fighting weight back in university when I was in Theta Chi. I was like walking around like at 205, playing rugby, and then I got wrestling, but then you get into the whole
Sounds
corporate
like
freaking atmosphere. And
you've had
freaking you got Becky over here getting freaking all pissed off at you at HR and freaking pizza parties and
yep, I run into
It's
this.
a part.
I run into this a lot, and
uh-huh.
I don't know how to deal with it.
You do?
This I do. I
What do you
get
do?
people who I don't interrupt them. I struggle with it, to be frank.
What? Why don't you interrupt them?
Why don't you
So
interrupt
I'm
them?
not entirely sure how to do it without coming off as a total ass, but I need to. I know that.
When you say you're not sure how to interrupt, what do you mean?
Well, I mean, Ryan just demonstrated beautifully, right? I will try to
Okay.
interject with some.
Sorry, hold on 1
affirm-
second. When you say
Yeah.
when you say interject, like what's that?
So I'll just say something in response to what they said, right? So for example, you
Okay.
mentioned,
Okay.
he's at a fighting weight previous. I'll say, oh, that sounds great.
Fighting weight?
Yes. Okay. Use their own words.
Oh my
Okay.
God, dude. I was gonna wonder how long I was gonna have to do that before you picked up what was happening.
Yeah. No, yep. Sorry, a little slow here, but I
No,
got
you're
it.
right. You're right.
Okay,
Well,
man.
that means like it's not that noticeable, is it?
No.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like you just ask them questions about the things that they've said.
Right.
No one's upset or angry about that, and then you like that allows you to redirect.
Hmm.
Fighting weight?
Okay.
Because like you're establishing a cadence of like, I'm going to ask a lot of questions,
Right.
and then it just
Right.
becomes like quite normal.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to give that a try this evening. Thank you so much.
No worries. It's a good practicing tool. You should like practice it day to day as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just good to
Yeah.
get used to it.
Yeah.
Okay, we had a win. Good job. Alrighty. All right, who's next?
I have a quick question, if possible. I don't know how to raise my hand with the phone app, so that's why
You
I'm
just hold the
jumping in.
phone really high. It does it by itself.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So my question is that basically I've had a couple of times kind of people they come in their mind, they're not looking for a solution. It's kind of they already purchased it because it's sometimes coming like, well, your marketing said that all I needed to do was take the pill. So I'm not staying stagnant in front of it. I'm saying acknowledging, yeah, completely. It's not that it is like that. That the product will work. It's just on top of that, a supplement, just a supplement. It works in addition to, and that's what we're talking about right now: nutrition and all the other things that you could be doing to help yourself X, Y, or Z reach your goals or get away from pain. It's not working as much as I thought it would. So I was just wondering how else could I manage that when that comes up, them saying, why did you say this was everything I needed to do, to then bring me on a call and say I should be doing coaching, nutrition,
Which is fair.
yeah, of course, because so I don't know how to redirect that in a better way. It's working. Some of the
Okay.
times they acknowledge it. They say, yeah, it's true. I should do more than just take a pill, and it goes really well from there. But sometimes they just crash against it and say, well, okay, I acknowledge that, but you lied to me. So I don't know how to handle that correctly, So that if you
Yep.
could help me with that, it would be amazing.
For sure. So there's like a sort of setup. It's like the mechanic kind of frame. I've talked about it a few times. There's
Yeah, I'm gonna post it, Matt, because a lot of people have questions around this. I'm gonna post it in the division at Reframe because everyone need it.
Oh, thank you.
So it's basically like, so if we can role play it and that way it's like recorded, but it's like so Ryan, you be the prospect and just give me that one.
Sure.
And I'll talk through it.
Well, I'm really confused, Matt. Because like when I ordered Aquasculpt, that was going to be something that all I had to do was actually take the pill and like actually lose the weight. But then like you're calling me right now and you're saying that I have to like do something else. I mean, like I'm not understanding, or there's a disconnect here.
Yeah, for sure. So, a lot of the times what we see is that people who are looking for a product have tried a bunch of things in the past? Like, have you tried? Is this the first thing you've ever tried, or have you tried a few things before?
No, no, no. I mean, I went on the
Mm.
Oprah Weight Watchers diet, and then I
Yeah.
did the Billy Banks Tybo a long time ago.
Oh, Tybo. Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not
Okay.
the first time I took a crack at this, but this definitely, is
Okay.
another
And
attempt.
did they ultimately did they work? Like, are you happy with where you're at?
I mean, no, they didn't work at all.
Yeah.
Freaking the point system on Oprah's was super annoying, and
Yeah.
then I followed
But
the
like they did
lipid.
work for other people,
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
Otherwise they wouldn't be so big, right?
yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
So what we find is like, a lot of the times we're the place people end up, right? So I remember like I had this car once and it was like an old Jeep. I
Mhm.
took it to like there's one problem with it. I took it to like 12 different mechanics.
Mhm.
Nobody could fix it. Everyone had it. They would charge me money.
Mhm.
And it was like it was an intermittent fault, right? And then I took it to one guy, like after like a year and a half trying to figure it out. And he was like, "Oh, I know what that is." It was like a 14-cent part. And I was like, "Oh my God." You're like, "Wait, like, what the hell? Like, how'd you know how to do that?" He's like, "Oh, I've seen that before."
Mhm.
Right. And it was just like, so, and it's the same as like performance vehicles, like if you have an F1 car, you can't take it to like your local like mechanic. He's just not
Mhm.
going to know what to do. And so if you've tried things in the past, like maybe it's not that the thing itself wasn't working, it's just maybe that there's a level of tinkering that you need, and that's not your fault, but it's your problem, right?
Mhm.
So are you open to maybe you're just outside of the box, like the problems that you've been experiencing are just because you need a bit more help, or you're a bit more of a performance vehicle. Does that make sense?
I don't know if I'm a performance vehicle. I'm more of a John Deere tractor, but yeah, it makes sense.
Okay, well, either way, man, you don't want your local guy, you know what I mean? You don't want your local mechanic working on a tractor worth $500,000, right? You want someone
Yeah,
else who knows how to use a tractor. And
yeah.
so what we find is people come to us and they've tried other things in the past, and it's not their fault that those things didn't work. It's just that like they didn't find that like the tinkering. And what we find is that, Aquasculpt and the supplements are a fantastic start and they work really, really well. But some people who have experienced things where they've done it and it hasn't worked, they need the mechanic,
Mm,
right? To
yeah,
just constantly tinker and change things to
sure.
make sure it works for their body. And like that sucks, you know what I mean? Like, some people can take sleeping pills and it works, and some people go super hyper.
Mm,
You know what I mean? And it doesn't mean that like the sleeping pills aren't good sleeping pills. It's just that they need a little bit more help, a little bit more tinkering, and we got to problem solve it. Make sense?
yeah, that makes sense.
Would that help you?
Yeah, because I'm just tired of, freaking having to deal with this type of a thing where I really want to get this under control.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we can do that. Right. So that seems like a much more leaned out, kind of makes more sense. It also kind of makes them feel a little bit like, oh, the reason why I'm haven't got success is because, you know, I'm just different, which makes people feel good. Does that make sense?
Makes complete sense. Makes
Yeah.
complete sense.
And
Acknowledge
so,
it and diffuse it
yeah.
like that. Thank
Yeah.
you.
And it's like, yeah, man, like, and if you've never tried anything before, maybe that's the right. And if they come to you, go, I never tried anything before, never tried to lose weight, like the chances of that are 1 in a million, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like,
You want to
and
role play
so it's
that?
like, well, I mean, like, if they haven't tried anything before, like, it's such a rare occurrence that no, I don't. It's like, have you tried anything before to lose weight? Nothing. Okay, so
Yeah.
what? You're 40 years old and you're 50 pounds overweight. You've never once tried a diet. You've never once tried exercise. You know what I mean? Like, it's so incredibly unlikely. There's sort of no point. And if that's the case, I would go like, oh, okay, well, welcome to the party, mate. Let me know how it goes. Like, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
peace be with you. Okay, cool.
Thank you.
So Jeff or Ryan, if we get that written up, that'll probably help. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just replied to a guy on the chat. I'll today
Yeah,
is
yeah.
writing up, and I'll post it in the division.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've got my AI transcriber pendant thing on me as well, so I'll
Yeah.
grab it as well.
yeah, ditto.
I'll just start. Go. Can you remind me to take the transcription from this and turn the mechanic frame? Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I was talking to my AI thing.
Oh, well, I mean, we'll get
So-
it done on our end too.
Yeah. Alrighty. AI pendant's a game changer. I just go to the gym and say what I'm doing. I just say my food. It tracks everything. It's good. Yeah. All right. Who's next?
Don't be shy, guys.
You guys are weak.
We all batting
Well,
1,000.
Leads are weak.
I think they're
I'll
all
role
making
play, bro.
sales.
If no one wants to role play,
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Let's go, Jeff. Let's do it.
I'm gonna do outbound.
Okay.
Bundle, Aquasculpt. I role play with the
Okay.
group.
Mm.
Leon, you'll be a good prospect.
Okay.
Is it because I'm fat or what? Oh,
Yes.
all right.
Yeah. So you bought some aquasculpt, and I guess I'll bound you. Ring ring. Hello.
Hey, who's this?
Hey Ryan, can you hear me? This is Jeff from Coach as Committed Coaches. Can you hear me correctly?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I'm the French guy in the team, as you can tell. Can you hear the French accent?
Yeah, I wasn't
Okay,
sure.
mate. Well, now you know. I look like you purchased some supplement, mate. Recently, the AquaCon supplement. Did you receive that? Okay, actually.
No, we haven't got it yet.
You
Still-
ordered them. Let me
Yeah,
check.
today.
Yep. I mean, different time zone, but yeah, today. Yeah, it usually take
Yeah,
like 7 days for you to receive them.
great.
Sweet. So, did you had any question about the supplement? I guess any support?
No, not really. I sat through the hour-long video. It was,
You were
yeah.
bored or what? What's going on?
I mean, they said you had to watch it all, so, and I really
Yeah,
need to
well,
get this weight off. So,
At least we know you're committed. Watch the
Yeah.
full video, mate. Usually they barely watch it. Okay. So, out of curiosity, what got you to, and it must sound obvious to you, what got you to purchase Aquasculpt? I guess regarding weight loss.
oh well, like I've been struggling with weight loss for quite some time.
Okay.
And it's like May right now. It's getting into summertime, so I was thinking I kind of want to get down a little bit for summer, so I can kind of
Okay.
enjoy
What kind
the
of
nice
event for
weather over
summer?
here.
What's going on? You see yourself in bikinis over there, or what's up?
Well, it's usually very cold here, so it's starting to get quite nice weather. It's
Okay.
still not that great, but I'm pretty sure in
So
July.
you want to look good out there, huh? That's the goal.
Yeah. It's my birthday.
Okay.
I'm born in July, so I want to
Okay,
look good on my
mate.
birthday.
And so that goal regarding the supplement, like how do you see the supplement, I guess, helping you with that?
I mean, on the ad, it said it will make me lose weight, so I'm hoping it's
Yeah.
gonna work.
Do you recall the ad? Because I think that we have two videos. We have an ad where you see a lot of women talking about the ice water and the pills, and you have the one with the testimonials when you book the. You didn't book anything actually. That's not my bad. Yeah, when you saw the video with the woman, is that the one? Where you have the typical US woman talking about like drinking water,
Yeah,
getting the pills.
yeah.
Okay, that's the one. Okay, mates. The thing is, those women who had amazing results, with the pills. What do
Yeah.
you think they had in place, if you think about it, for them to get
That's a
the
good.
result?
Yeah, that's a good question.
That's the enigma, right? Let's figure it out.
Yeah, I'm not really. I'm not really sure about that.
Well,
I mean, I
those
guess
women
it
who,
must have been the
yeah,
pills, right? That's I
maybe that's the
paid money for
pills.
them. They
Yeah,
better work.
yeah. Well, they work very well when you have a game plan in place. Now you might tell me,
Okay.
hey, listen, for this summer, I'm locked. I have the plan, mates. I'm gonna lose the weight, and the pill are gonna help me to get there way faster. Okay, because the thing is that we make sure to manage the expectation. Because if you think you're just gonna take the ice water and the pills, and you don't have the game plan in place that work, maybe you do. But if you don't have it, then it's gonna lead to frustration, right? Because you're gonna be like, yo, I don't understand. I went to McDonald's and I took my pill. I'm still like, what's going on? And like, I'm gonna call you again, and you'll be like spitting in my face. So I don't want that to happen. So really, like on a
Okay.
serious note, right? Like those women who had like the best result, I mean, they had a game plan in place, and then the supplement on top of it skyrocket the result. So from here,
Wow.
really, the discussion is that you might tell me, hey, I have everything unlocked again. I know how to lose weight. I've done it before. But you did mention that something to me that I'm going to go into. Or we can explore, possible help regarding that. You tell me.
I mean, it will depend what you mean when you say this game plan. You've been a bit vague so far, so
Yeah, when they say
I
game
mean,
plan
what's it
regarding
gonna
the
consist
woman,
of?
yeah, when they have a game plan, basically they know how to lose weight, mate. Either they do sports or not,
Okay.
because you don't have to, or they had a sort of like calorie deficit, diets that help them lose the weight. Because at the end of the day, losing weight, it's basically being a deficit. And the pills
What's that?
skyrocket your metabolism, so they help you with that, right? So
All right.
that's basically it. But again, so you mentioned to me that, what did you say in the past? You've been, I'm not sure
I
if you're
see what
struggling.
you're doing. I just think it's a little bit too vague. Like you're sort of
Yeah, I'm kind of confused.
it's a bit too vague and a little bit too pointy at the same time. It's like it's very leading.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think you
I
just
saw,
gotta,
yeah.
I think you just gotta lean it out a little bit and just,
Mhm.
you're doing a lot of telling,
Yeah.
you know? And so instead, just like ask the questions and then probe on it. So, like, for example, really early on, he said, like, I've been trying to lose weight for a long
Yeah,
time. And
exactly.
I
Yeah.
just would have gone, how long? 2 years.
Yeah, I
2 years. Fuck,
I saw that one.
that's a while. What have you
Mhm.
been doing? You know, and so like you're getting off that you're getting off the line and you're trying to, I feel like you're trying to pigeonhole them into a very specific problem statement,
Mhm.
right?
I do, yeah. Which is
Yeah.
like, I don't know how to lose weight.
Yes. But what if they say I do?
No, then God bless. I will no, I will do no, no, I'm teasing. I will sit down around it. I will just do my situation question.
Yeah, I feel like it's just a really hard way of doing it.
Yeah.
I don't even think I'm not even saying it won't work because I actually think it probably would because you're doing it. You're probably just gonna bully them into it, right? But
Yeah.
I think that it's a hard way of doing it.
Yeah.
Whereas
I'm
I
not sure I'm
think
doing it correctly actually. I don't even have the script in front of me. I probably messed that up. But yeah, absolutely, it was very leading.
you know, just go like the answer is like they don't know how to lose weight. Like that, like that's the answer.
Yeah.
But like they have to tell you that, and they have to tell you that through it being a benefit to them to tell you.
Yeah.
Right. So if they feel like you're trying to get them to say that,
Yeah. Bias.
right, then it's gonna be weird. Whereas if you
Yeah.
just go like, you know, I've been trying to lose weight for a while. How long's a while? 2 years. Sheesh, 2 years, mate. Like, what have you been doing? Like this. Is it working? No. Why not? Well,
Yeah.
because I don't know what I'm doing. It's done in
Yeah.
2 seconds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if that's the outcome you want, like just go the easy route.
Yeah. I saw it
You
too.
know?
Like the whole when he said that, I'm like, oh, I can broke in there easy. But I just
Yeah.
went for my reframe. Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
Perfect.
But like conversational was good. And like I like all that stuff. I just think, yeah, you're like putting it on hard mode for no reason.
Yeah, I went just default script. And when he dropped the all long, I could have straight up been problem awareness in like 10 seconds in there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So just take the quick way because
Yeah.
you know the time is going to be spent on the solution part, you know.
Yeah.
Like so if you spend 10 minutes on problem, it takes too long.
Okay, sweet, perfect.
All right. Pahabuhi. French is a fun language. All right, let's go. Who's next?
Timur, bring yourself. He was on the roleplay with me today on closing code. Yeah, Timur,
Very
roleplay
nice.
with Matt or me or Ryan, the reframe you asked me. On the supplement, I think. You have to remember.
Yep.
You have to refresh my memory, Timur. I don't remember.
Yeah, I needed this. The reframe was really helpful. So I don't know who wants to role play. I can do role play.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Who's up? Anna, you can be the prospect, and then you can be the next sales rep.
Yep.
All right. 1 sec. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, Anna. Hey, Anna.
Hey there.
Hi, Anna. This is just Coach Tim with Gut Jobs calling on the recorded line. How are you?
I'm fine. How about you?
Good. Doing well. I see that you ordered some supplements. Is that right?
Yeah.
Cool. Did you receive them or are you still waiting?
I'm still waiting. I just ordered it 3 days ago.
Okay, cool. And I guess like just wanted to give you a call, welcome you on board, get a few things confirmed on my side. I guess like what is it that brought you to us? Like, are you trying to lose weight? Or
Yeah,
what's the goal?
mainly to lose the weight. Yeah.
Okay, how much weight are we looking to lose?
Oh, around 10 pounds. Nothing serious.
Okay, 10 pounds, not bad. And then I guess, is it more of like a recent thing or like how long have you been wanting to lose that 10 pounds?
You know, I lose them, I gain them. It's like years or something.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Yeah, it's 2 years.
Okay, 2 years. And I guess like something happened recently that kind of like made you want to lose that 10 pounds or what happened?
Yeah, well, I'm trying 2 years. I'm up and down, and
Oh,
I
what do you mean up and
lose
down?
them, but I cannot keep them off.
Okay. And then I guess like what are you doing right now to kind of like help lose that 10 pounds?
Yeah, I eat healthy. I exercise like 3, 4 times a week.
Okay.
I don't go out much. I cut the pops. So yeah.
Okay. And is it been working for you?
Yeah, as I said, I lose them, then I get.
And then why do you think you gain it back? Just curious.
Yeah, that's a nice question. I guess the eating habits, sometimes. Um,
Okay.
yeah, it's like I'm gonna eat some sweets sometimes. Yeah.
Okay. So what do you feel like is missing, I guess, in the way that you're trying to lose weight right now?
Hmm. What is missing? What do you mean?
I guess like you said, you try to, lose weight. You see, I'm a little bit lost. I don't know if you have feedback.
That's okay. That's what you hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you're waiting for something. What are you waiting for?
What am I waiting for?
Yeah, I feel like you're like kind of waiting for her to say something very particular, or because you were asking the
Mm,
questions, she was answering them. So where's the confusion?
um, I don't know. I was looking for more like just like she was just kind of like surface level. That's why.
Yeah, but like you just asked her very surface level normal questions though. And you've been talking to her for like a minute and a half. Did you expect her to go like, oh, it's because like my husband divorced me and I mean? Like just like, oh, Tamer, you sound like a guy that off the street I should probably convey my deepest, darkest secrets to. Yeah, I mean, I cry when I masturbate, like there you go. Like I don't understand. Like what do
That's
you
a
want them
good.
to say that early? You know?
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, I guess I don't know. I got a little bit lost. I need to
Yeah.
practice more, I guess.
Try it again.
Okay, where do you want me to start from beginning?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Hey, can you hear me well?
Yeah, I can.
Hey, this is just Tim, Coach Tim from Gut Drops calling on a recorded
Do
line.
you, do
How
you
are you?
start off with, hey, can you hear me well?
No, no, no.
It's
That
a weird
was
way to start a conversation.
yeah. Just Coach Tim here on the recorded line. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine. How about yourself?
Good, good. Doing well, doing well. Yeah, just I see that you purchased some supplements. Have you already received those or are you still waiting?
I'm waiting for them.
Okay, and then
Here,
when did you order them?
like 3 days ago.
Okay, 3 days ago. So yeah, it should arrive in about like 7, 10 days. But
Okay.
yeah, just wanted to give you a call, kind of like welcome you, get a few things confirmed on my side. I guess like what is it that made you interested in like buying the supplements? Are we looking to lose weight, improve overall health? Like what's going on?
Yeah, well, I just want to lose 10 pounds, and I
Okay,
thought that the supplements are gonna help me.
okay. And then how long have you been wanting to lose that 10 pounds? More of a like recent thing, something happened or
Mm, it's about like the last 2 years. I'm trying
okay.
a little bit of yo-yoing.
Okay, and then what have you tried to kind of lose that 10 pounds?
Well, I eat healthy, I exercise, I cut down some, some pops, some sweets, things like that. I don't go out too much. Yeah,
Okay.
I try to, take care of what I'm doing.
Okay, well, it sounds like I mean you're doing everything. Like I guess like anything you would change about the way that you're trying to lose the weight right now, or like what's been missing, you think?
Uh, what's been missing? Like, I don't know.
Uh yeah, again.
All right. Why do you think you're getting like is this what happens in calls?
Usually, I mean, I just try to would come up with something, but um
Are you looking at the script?
no, not right now. But usually when I'm making calls, I look at the script, yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. You got to learn the structure, man. That you like she's just answering your questions in a very normal way.
Uh-huh.
right? And like those are like totally expected and common answers. And if that's getting you muddled up, you just don't know, you don't know the process. You know what
I
I
think
mean?
I should just get the script memorized like really good. So
Yeah, that's a good idea. You know, you gotta know that, like, you gotta know. She's like, yeah, I've been trying to lose weight for a while. I've been training. I'm not really sure why it's not working. You're like, yep. If only I had a product or service that I could offer you that was designed to fix that exact problem in which you are telling me you have. You know what I mean? Like you
yeah,
gotta
yeah.
pick that shit up, brother.
I,
Don't like memorize the script. It takes literally a day.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, you don't have to be the memorization has nothing to do with smarts, you know. So just get in there and do it. Otherwise, like pretend like your sales calls are in front of 500 people. If you did your sales calls live on a stage in front of 500 people, would you memorize the script first?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I don't want to, mess up like I just did.
Okay. So is it your name on the Zoom?
Yeah.
Okay. Then it's your name either way, whether it's in front of people or just in front of one person. Either way, it's your name.
Yep.
Do it properly.
Yep. I got it. Thanks, Matt.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
All right. Next person.
I'm next.
As that's exactly how Jeff would say it.
He speaks so well French. You have to come back to France, mate. I'm telling you, do not ever come back.
Oui, croissant. All right. Croissant. Let's go. All right, Anne. Anne, you are the sales repa, as they say in Spanish. Right, that is a female rep, right? And Ryan Ortega, you can be the prospect.
Howdy, hey.
Very spicy roleplay.
Awesome. Hey, Ryan.
Yes.
Hey, Ryan. This is Coach Anna here. I'm calling you from Aquascald. How are you?
Oh, hey, Anna, I'm doing great.
Nice to hear that. Well, it looks like we are scheduled for now to talk about possibly getting some help with health and fitness. Is that correct?
Yeah. It's around that time, yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay, awesome. So I'm in front of your profile right now. As I see, we are looking to lose 35 pounds. Is that correct?
It was when I filled it out. You want to update that to 38?
38?
Yeah.
Oh, bit much over there, right?
Yeah. Eating good over here.
Okay, awesome. 38 pounds it is then. So the purpose of today's call, Ryan, it's pretty simple. It's, for us to ask each other some questions, have a conversation on your goals, and just make sure you have everything you need to get there. Does it sound okay?
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. So kick us off a little bit here. 38 pounds. What is kind of motivating you to want to lose that weight?
So like the main motivation, I guess, is that like something happened recently where I'm a big outdoors person. Like I really like hiking, I really like hunting. And I was with my buddies over there in Montana. And it was just me and him, and then we were just walking up, and I couldn't keep up anymore. Like I felt really, really out of breath, and then like my ankles and my knees and my hips, everything was just tight. And then we got in a fight with a cougar, and
That can be frustrating, right?
yeah, it was. And then anyway, we're in a situation where we were hunting, and then I couldn't get out of a situation fast enough, and it almost cost me.
It almost what? Cost you? What was that?
Well, I mean, we were hunting, right? And then we were hunting this cougar, and then he came after us, and we had to hightail it out of there, and I
That
couldn't.
can be dangerous outside the wild, my man. You need to take care of that.
Yeah, danger's my middle name.
Okay. And how long have you been looking to lose those 38 pounds? Just so I understand.
This hunting trip was I want to say like 6 weeks ago, where like it really kind of it made me think about like my decisions recently. You know what I mean? And like I just kind of looked up in the mirror one day, and I was like, how in the hell am I this heavy?
Okay, and when you say this heavy, like how this is kind of affecting you in your day-to-day life, besides the hunting,
I
right?
mean, you know, I can't enjoy my hobbies, and then like I can't like my clothes are fitting a little bit tighter, and you know,
And
even
how
if
that makes you feel.
what do you mean? Like just terrible, you know? Like haven't you been in that position before?
Okay. Would you say it's affecting confidence, self-esteem, or something like that, or?
I mean, amongst other things, yeah, sure.
Okay. Okay. And now I understand that the hunting, it was the point that you realized to make that shift, but how many years you are carrying those 38 pounds?
Um, I wouldn't be able to tell you that in particular, but I mean, it's been creeping up. You know what I mean? Like I'm 32. Last time I was like in actual good shape where I felt good about myself, I was like 27. So it's just been
It's
trending up.
about 5 years, right?
Yeah, yeah, more or less.
Okay.
Been trending up
Okay. And what is your
pre-COVID.
got you. And what is your current weight right now?
Right now, I am 285 pounds.
285, and we want to lose those 38, so we want to go down to 245, let's say.
Yep.
Okay, and the last time that you were down to 245, it was 5 years ago, right?
Yeah. Pre-COVID, you know what I mean? Before we got all shut down.
Okay, and have you tried something to lose that weight all these years, or what have
Well,
you been
I
doing?
mean, like, yes and no. Like, I hit the gym a couple times a year just because, you know, I'm a cement truck driver over here in Tallahassee.
Mhm.
And you know, just the nature of the job on my feet a lot. And then like my metabolism has always kind of kept me up. And then, you know, as soon as I hit 30, it's like someone just, you know, slapped me with the ugly stick.
Uh, Okay,
And
so when you say you hit the gym, like have you tried like consistently, or what have you been doing exactly to actually get rid of those pounds?
well, I mean, like I said, like it's always been like as far as consistently goes, I would want to say like I go 2 to 3 times a week, just just go in there and just kind of lift some weight to get my body moving, get the blood pumping a little bit, but nothing like formal, I guess you can say.
Okay, so it sounds like it wasn't so important for you before to lose the weight, or what's the case here?
I mean, it's kind of harsh. I mean, I wouldn't say that it wasn't important, but
Mhm.
you know, it was just something that was always kind of like an ongoing project, but like
Mhm.
I said, it didn't really affect me until like it was going into like the activities that I really enjoy.
Mhm. Got you. But I mean, I'm curious, like, what do you feel has preventing you from reaching your goal so far?
Um, shit, I don't know. You know, I guess
Okay, I mean, if you think about it a little bit.
I guess I just didn't have like the right guidance.
Uh-huh. What do you mean by that?
I mean, it's always been on my own, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you know the life of a cement truck driver, you know what I mean? You just kind of get the job and then you
Okay.
go home and, you know,
Okay.
it's just, it wasn't really something I was paying attention to.
So, okay, and trying to do it by your own those 5 years, how that has been going for you?
What do you mean? I mean, I'm 38 pounds overweight. How do you think?
Yeah, it sounds like you don't get the results you are looking for, right?
Sure.
Would it be reasonable to start making some changes here in order to get different results, or how do you feel?
Oh, yeah, that's why I booked the call.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Okay. And I mean, like, all these years that you have been doing by yourself and you didn't see the results, like, what has preventing you from asking some help, some expert guidance from someone that.
Well, like I said, it wasn't really a problem until it started affecting some of the things that I really do enjoy. Like I knew I was like gaining weight, you know, but it was like I always saw myself kind of the same. And then when, you know, my life got put on the line, that's when I saw like my actual physical limitations when I had to confront my mortality and I couldn't get out of a situation as quickly as I could have before.
Mhm.
And yeah, I mean it's been an ongoing thing, but it was actually where like what I have been doing is, you know, not working out anymore. So that's why I wanted to get some possible outside help.
Okay, got you. So let's do this just to see what we do here if it can
Mhm.
actually work for you personally, right? Let's
Mhm.
say we are sitting down, me, you, our coach is here, and we are about to create the perfect plan for you. Like
Perfect.
in your mind, what kind of support and guidance do you feel you would need in order to get to your goals?
Well, I don't know what's on the menu.
Well, I mean, what do you feel you would need? Maybe.
Well, I mean, I don't want to ask something unreasonable, right? Like, if you guys can provide it, so I guess like, what are the options that you guys have?
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, because you said you need the right plan, right? So, do you feel that some kind of guidance in the nutrition possibly or exercise? Because for every person it's something different, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's something different, but like that's
In your mind.
I don't know what I know I don't know what I need. That's why I called you guys. Like, I guess like
Hmm.
what do you guys have available for me, or how does this program work? Like, kind of walk me through it, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So let's say we create a plan for you
Mhm,
that we are able to get you down those 38 pounds and you're down to 245 in the next 4 to 5 months, right?
mhm.
Um, what would be different in your day-to-day life?
I mean, I can go back to, enjoying the outdoors without, having to fear for my goddamn life. I can get out of those tricky situations,
Mm,
you know. I can get back to that place, I can, you know, fit better in my clothes, I
mm,
can, go out to the dive bars and, hit on them spicy senoritas.
Oh, okay. Are we looking to find a girl?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
maybe, maybe.
How long have you been single?
Who says I'm single? I'm kidding now. No. It's no, I've been on my own for a while.
For a while. Okay, okay. And how long you have in the baggage list to find a girl?
Oh, I mean, it's just one of those things, it's not really important.
It's not really important for you to find a girl? What's
I
wrong?
mean, it's just catch someone's eye, but my main thing is just getting back to like, getting to my hobbies are really important to me. I don't like, being idle.
You sound like you're an active person, right?
Hmm.
Uh-huh. And how
Very.
important would be for you like to go back to that you can have that energy in order to do the things that you enjoy.
Yeah, I mean, I hate the city, you know what I mean? I leave town any chance I get, when I'm in the
Uh-huh.
mountains, it's, the fresh air,
Uh-huh.
the quiet, I
Yeah.
just, I just want to disconnect completely.
Uh-huh. Okay, I love it. And let me ask you, like, why now? Why you don't, it's been already 5 years, right? Why you don't put it off a little bit and start next year, let's say?
Oh, because I wasn't damn attacked by a cougar a couple years ago, like I said, I got to confront my own mortality, and it
Maybe
was
you're
one of
not,
those things.
yeah, maybe you're not gonna be here, right? Kidding.
If it was like last time, I
Okay.
lost, but I made a point, right?
Okay, okay. That makes total sense. And so, with the current process you have right now, with what you are doing, like how close do you feel you actually are in order to get those results in the next 4 or 5 months to be where you want to go and where you want to be, and
Well, I
have.
mean, like I wrestled, right? Like I've lost weight in the past. I mean, I've done like the keto diet before, so like I know, like if I have to drop weight fast, I know how to do it. I can deplete my carbs, I can drink,
Mhm.
I can just, spit water and chew gum and, do that. But the fact is that I feel absolutely freaking terrible, and
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
want to do that. You know what I mean? I feel like there's a more sustainable way of
Oh,
getting it
Jesus.
done.
There you go. And I'm not questioning that you can lose the weight, right? Anyone
All
can.
right, cool. All right, pause. I'll let that go for a while. But what was the first of all, Ryan's in Scottsdale fighting off cougars. Fucking well done to you, buddy. It's a rough place out there. Right. If anyone's been to Scottsdale, it's a
You know
cougar.
what's up.
It's cougar central. It's a
Yeah.
scary place.
Big game hunting.
Yeah, it is. All right, I feel like it's pretty good, Anna, but I feel like you're just like it's a little bit not quite pointy enough, right?
Uh-huh.
Like it's just sort of it's lacking a bit of depth into the conversation, right?
Yeah.
So because your tonality kind of stays the same the whole time,
Mm.
you know? Like
Mhm.
you're sort of asking the questions, but you're not like asking them in a way where it's going to invite a deeper answer. So it's like that secondary probe and like slowing it down a little bit. You're sort of maintaining the same throughout the whole thing. It's like your
Mhm.
instincts are good. What you're saying is fine, but
Mhm.
it's like the execution of it just needs to be like a little bit more deliberate,
Okay.
because like you know what to say. It's just now you have to go like, I need to make them consider this more. So like sit in the question more and make them answer it in more detail and, like
Mhm.
slow them down a bit, right?
Ye-
You know,
Okay.
because otherwise, like you're accepting a more surface level answer than what you need to,
Yeah.
you know, like you're accepting it instead of going like, yeah, but really,
Mhm.
you know, oh, it's just not a priority right now to get a girl, really. So if a beautiful woman right now was like, I'm in love with you and I want to have your babies, like you say no. Well, no. Okay, so like you're just not in front of the right women, or like what's going on? Why
Mm.
do you think that is? You know, like you're accepting the lie that he tells himself.
Yeah.
And if you accept it, then he's gonna accept it as well.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Yeah, okay. The tonality. And also I want to ask you something.
So just a little bit more,
Go ahead.
just hear the bullshit. Hear the
Mm-hmm.
bullshit. Like you're a woman, men bullshit you all the time,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right? And you know when they're bullshitting you. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? You know?
I
So
do.
like listen to it and go like, I don't know about that.
Mm-hmm.
And like, you
Mm-hmm.
know, if you need to say things like, you know, hey, do I have permission to give you some honest advice on that? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then like they're like, yep, you're like, all right, cool, that seems like bullshit to me, man. Bullshit. Right?
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to call people out. It's a good thing for them, and you can do it super politely. You know? Be
Well,
like, hey, yeah.
I have done this, but I mean, it's about again the tone of my voice that you said, so I come like rude to some people. And
Yeah, but then like 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 your accent can do that, right? But you just gotta say like you gotta preempt that and go, hey, do you mind? Can I give you some feedback? And sorry, my accent can make me sound a bit rude sometimes. I'm not trying to be, you know,
Mhm.
this, and you say it, right? So,
Mhm.
you
Okay.
know, right?
Yeah.
Like you just gotta kind of lean into some of those things and use it.
Okay. Okay. And I have one question. I'm trying to my calls. I'm going without script the last weeks, and I'm trying to um, uh, put the identity out, if that makes sense, to make them take the ownership, right? And here with Ryan, I didn't find that. How I could possibly have done it. You know what I mean?
And I don't actually know what you mean.
So, for example, if I have a person that tells me, hey, I have done the keto, I have done the Weight Watchers, and I gain all the weight back. So there is a pattern that why that happened, because I get rid of that diet and I went back to my regular habits, right? So there is a pattern over there. So that means that they lack of discipline. So
Maybe. Do you think a lack of discipline is gonna like help you?
I mean, you mean in my calls?
Yeah, like is it gonna help you sell? Someone going, I have a lack of discipline.
Uh-huh. I'm gonna ask like, okay, and what do you feel those people that they are successful have
Mm.
that allows them, right, to see that success? So they are gonna say what they are gonna say, and then
Yeah,
okay,
but like so it's a very different frame. If I say you lack accountability and I say you lack discipline,
yeah,
one is a character trait, right? And one is a thing that you can buy. Do you understand the difference?
no,
Okay, so like discipline is
mm-hmm,
like only you can be disciplined,
mm-hmm,
right? Like I cannot make you be disciplined.
mm-hmm,
Only you can do that. Is an internal thing, right? So
yeah,
that means like I can't sell you anything to install discipline into you because
mm-hmm,
discipline is doing things when people are not looking,
mm-hmm,
right? Accountability can lead to discipline, but it's like the bridge. It's, hey, let me be the person who supports you, right? Like let me be your backbone for a while. But like if you get someone to admit to a lack of discipline, it's going to be very difficult to sell them anything.
yeah, yeah,
Because you're saying your character traits are not conducive with success.
mm-hmm,
Whereas if I say, hey, listen, you tried a bunch of things, it hasn't worked, it's not your fault, but it is your problem.
Mm-hmm.
So what we do is we need to tinker, we need to tweak, and we need to hold you accountable to doing things consistently enough so we can figure out what works and what doesn't. Does that make sense? They're like, yeah, like, cool. So it's like those people who were successful, they had someone in place or something in place to ensure accountability and to ensure that they were able to do the things so that like testing could be done. That's why they have controls. That's why they have all that kind of stuff, right? You know, so it's someone there when you open the fridge. It's like someone there to go, you sure about that, fatty? Right? You know?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. You want to die alone? Yeah. And so like that's not discipline, it's accountability. They're very different things and they're going to be perceived in very different ways.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. And also, there are the ideal criteria that he said, you know, I don't know, like, you tell me what you have. Should I go like, ultimately, whatever is the plan that I'm going to give you, whose responsibility is it for you to get the results? Would that be okay there, or what do you
Yeah,
think?
you can do that there. You can do that there. I think what you guys want to realize is that what you don't want to do is have like predetermined outcomes,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like the script or like the framework is going to take you to places, but you know, the specifics of the place don't matter. You know, it's like if you're trying pigeonholing people into saying certain word tracks, it's very difficult because now you're having to do like mental ninjutsu all the time to try and mold them into like a very specific way of talking and thinking. It's
Yeah.
really hard, right? And just
Mm-hmm.
not a super good way of doing it. Like you just need to go, you need to understand like on broader scales, right? So you've got like, you know, I need to get this person to like understand they have a problem. Doesn't matter what that problem is, they have a problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is the problem? They're not losing weight. That's the problem. There you go, done. Yay.
Mm-hmm.
Right? What's the solution? They want to lose weight. Okay, what's the specifics of that? You know, so like that's a much easier way of doing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah.
guys, I gotta run.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Good stuff.
Awesome
Thank
job,
you.
Anno. Take care, guys.
Bye.